Thank you for checking out Convincing Idiots. Ladies and gentlemen, this week on the show, we have Idiots Review as always. We also have the Idiot Question of the Week, new segment. You're going to want to stay tuned. We talk about the Emmys, winners, losers, and not just, us. And also the main topic, the main event, fall preview. We talk about movies and TV and what we are looking forward to this fall, including, that's right, season 3 of Convincing Idiots. Ladies and gentlemen, all that and more. Let's do it. You're here. We're here. Let's start the show.
All right. Test.
Test.
Call it again?
Convincing Idiots.
Convincing Idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher.
These kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
3 friends representing 3 different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got the whole poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Awesome.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
And welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean. The Zennial they call me.
I'm Brian Gen X.
And my name is Nick, and I'm a millennial. And if
Hi, Nick.
this is your first time joining us, hey out there, everybody. Welcome. If this is your first time joining us, we are a weekly podcast of 3 friends who, as we just described, represent 3 different generations. One of them may be made up, and it might be Dean's. But we get together every week and discuss pop culture and
I don't want to be
nerd
associated
culture
with you 2 assholes.
But we get together every week, yes, discuss whatever is on our mind in that particular week. So if it's your first time joining us, welcome. We're glad you're here. If you have not already done so, please go over to all of our social media accounts, like, subscribe, rate, review. And I know that sounds like a lot to ask. I know it does, and I'm sorry I don't mean to do that to you, but don't worry, we've made it easy. We have a link tree. So all you have to do is Google Convincing Idiots, Linktree, LINKTREE, and you will find links to all of our social media accounts, as well as podcast platforms in which you can listen to our wonderful voices.
What about plaid?
Plaid, there's plaid shirts, there's platypi, there's all kinds of things like that you can poke around on.
Okay.
You can also find that and so much more on our website. That is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. And I haven't said this in a while, but it is still true. If you have a friend in your life that you see as a friend and that you like a lot, it's okay to just be that. It's fine. It's fine. Don't let anybody pressure you into that. Or also, what
I don't feel that right now or see it.
is if you have a fucking smart speaker, you can simply ask it to play the Convincing Idiots podcast. Okay, and it won't interrupt you or anything. It'll just do what you say. It'll just do it. It'll play us. So go ahead and give that a shot. We can also be found as of pretty recently here within the last few weeks on our friends over at B.O.S.S Code Media. So if you're not familiar with them, they are an application in which you can download to your smart TV or your phone. And you can poke around there. There's some free content on there for you to try out B.O.S S Code Media. You can find ourselves as well as our very good friend, bro host, and podlander himself, Brian Fisher's other podcast that came from Gen X, also available on B.O.S S Code Media. So be sure to please go check them out. Good friends of ours, and we appreciate being on their platform. So we are back at it for another week of Convincing Idiots. And I hung out with Brian all weekend. We just had a wonderful best friend weekend. So I'll save Brian afterwards because I know most of what he did. We spent probably a good 92% of our weekend together. So Dean, what did you do this weekend?
I heard that you 2 spooned a lot.
It was
true?
amazing.
Yeah.
Who was the big spoon? Who was the little spoon?
Oh, come on.
No, Nicholas,
Big Daddy Fisher. Big Daddy Fisher and Big Spoon.
you little spoon, you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the little guy. He did wrap it up in the Brian Fisher of it all.
Yep, it's like a little baby spoon.
That's right.
What did I do?
I laid along Brian's tummy.
It was nice. It was nice and hairy. It was like a little pillow.
It was.
I'm sad I missed that.
Yeah.
The reason I missed that is I had a work thing out in Columbus, and I got that was what it was. But I also Megan and the kids
Dean went
met
and
me
sucked
out.
people off in Columbus. That's
No,
that's
that's not. No, that's not what. No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. I mean, there was a lot of hand stuff, but come on. So I was out in Columbus, and I went to the Columbus Zoo.
Oh,
I've never been, and wow, that thing's a lot bigger than you'd think. There's a lot of stuff to do there. There was at one point there was like a gondola ride type thing on the water, and there's mechanical dinosaurs lined up on all sides, and they spit water at you and they growl at you and stuff.
dinosaurs.
It's one of the nicer zoos in the Midwest. There really is. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, these things were like gigantic. You know what I mean? I don't know about life size, but gigantic nonetheless. You got to see all the regular animals and then some. It's one of those things that's odd because you never realize when you see like an animal and you're like, I have never seen this animal in an actual person before, and that is where I've never seen a toucan before.
Oh, okay.
What a cool ass bird!
Yeah.
It looked neat. It flew a little bit, so I got to see that. It was very cool.
Did it follow its nose?
It did.
That's good. Yes. Fruit Loops.
and it ended up on a Guinness, but it's still it served its purpose. No, it was very cool. There's a lot of stuff to see. It was kind of cloudy and a little sprinkly at times, so there wasn't a whole lot of people there, so that was cool. But they had a couple rides too, right? So we got this. Kids had never ridden on this before. You remember the boats? It's like a big boat, and it kind of swings up and swings back and forth and like really far up on both sides, right?
Like the Pharaoh's Fury, if you're familiar with the old White Trash Festival in Barberton here, yeah. Right,
very, very similar. So since there was nobody there, Carter and I sat on one side, Megan and her daughter sat on the other, opposite side, and there's nobody in between. And Carter's face, I mean, he'd never ridden a ride like that before. He was just ecstatic. I mean, he was just loving it. So it makes me very excited about, taking him to like amusement parks and whatnot. So yeah, it was very cool.
Nice.
I can't recommend that enough. There's a giant water park next to it that I want to go back to check out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the Columbus
Did they have polar
Zoo,
bears at Columbus? Are there polar bears at Columbus Zoo?
they were. There is an exhibit, but they weren't in. I think they had a dinner date or something, but no.
Okay.
Yeah, there was no. I didn't get to see the polar bears. Got to see all the other bears. Brown bears, black bears.
White bears. Yeah, those are polar bears. There were white ones, there were brown ones, and those ones
The
are polar
sloth bears. Sloth bears are adorable. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I did, and then baseball, just hanging out, trying to rehab the arm.
Sure. Sounds like you did it playing baseball when you say it like that. Trying to rehab the arm. I also would like to, real quick, before we get too far beyond what you just said there, I think Sloth Bear would be a cute nickname for you.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. I wouldn't argue that one.
Yap Yap the Sloth Bear or whatever? Or was Yap Yap? Was that the name of the...
That was the name of the dog, is Snoop Dogg. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll take it.
Yap Yap the Sloth Bear.
I like that. So yeah, we ever have a Convincing Idiots animated kids show.
Oh yeah, that's in the works.
The Sloth Bear. I like
that. Yap the Sloth Bear. I'm okay with that.
The only thing he's not lazy about is interrupting.
Well, you got to have a hobby.
We'll call it maybe Drunky the Sloth Bear. I like that.
Drunky the Sloth Bear.
All right.
Yeah. Writes itself, I think.
We could work on the name, the first name of the sloth bear. But,
Drunky, you messed in the closet again. Bad sloth bear.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, jeez, Mr. Fisher. I didn't know that it wasn't a toilet.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a place where I could make my BM.
There you go. I hope you're writing this down.
It's all right here in my golden bear.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Yeah, you go to a Columbus Zoo, and it's like, we're in Akron, right? And we're in Barberton, Akron, Ohio area, Northeast Ohio. Which, if you listen to the show, you know that by now. But if you don't, now you know.
Then
and Akron does have a nice little zoo. They've really fixed it up nice over the years, but it's not the level of the Columbus Zoo. I'm sure it's like Akron has like the stray cat exhibit. I don't know if you guys ever seen that one. It's like, is this really an exhibit? Like, yeah. It's like, is
that a stray cat, Brian?
I don't know. Yeah.
Akron Zoo is really not far from you.
Dad,
it's a straight
can we
shot
go
down
see the pussy exhibit?
That's over at Mr. Brian's house.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Because they're chained up in the basement.
I find that Akron Zoo, especially if you have little kids, is like
it's nice.
Perfect.
It's good
because you're done in like 2 hours. You can see the whole thing, and if you want to elongate it and have lunch, and there's carousel, like you can do extra stuff. They have fun things there. Like at Christmas time, they do like the lights and stuff, and there's like beer tasting things at that zoo, and it's really cool. But yes, if you're just like looking to take little kids to a zoo real quick, and you can see everything in 2 hours. You saw the whole thing, and it's a good size.
Many good memories with Peyton there over the years. I first took her there in a stroller, literally pushing her there. We went every Father's Day for several years. We did that was a little tradition we did for probably 8-10 years, something like that. So very, very nice memories there in all seriousness. So
nice.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll go next, Nick. So as you
Brian, what'd you do?
Yeah, well, first of all, Friday I had a nice evening with Allie. Went and saw her daughter march in the Springfield High School band. That
Were
was
you
a lot
first
of fun.
on the list? No.
Not Friday.
I was gonna say I hung with him Thursday and Saturday, so Friday was like we just
you hung with him Thursday and he didn't mention you. He started with Friday. Wow, that's weird.
Well, I hung with him on here. Me and Brian hung out on here.
Yeah. And then Saturday was we celebrated my daughter's 22nd birthday a little early at the Wolf Creek Winery. So Mom and I and Peyton and Joey, great afternoon, beautiful day. Hung out there for a few hours, and then I wound up at Nick's that evening for a nice bonfire, which was a nice time with Nick and John and Robin and the kids and everybody. And then Sunday, as Nick will talk about too, we had a great afternoon at the Oktoberfest at the Akron German Club in Brimfield, which is, I know Nick will talk about here. I know it's very near and dear to his family and his heart, that place. Beautiful place, beautiful. They do a great job there. Great food, beer.
Clean, nice place, Deanless, just the whole, everything you're looking for. And
that's uncalled for.
And I hung out with two of our biggest fans there as well. Nick's lovely mother and Uncle Scott.
Did she ask about me?
Both there. No, I don't think anybody did. I don't think about it. Yeah. So,
all right, great. No, it's fine.
Yep,
it's fine.
Yep, great weekend. So, Nick, I definitely enjoyed the time. We did miss you, Dean, in all seriousness. I know you were having fun in Columbus, but next year, hopefully it works so we can all go together. But nice thing, and it's nice to be a part of that, Nick, with hanging out with your family in all seriousness, and look forward to future years there having fun. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, buddy. It was, it was. I mean, I'm not going to touch on much because that was pretty much my weekend was. I feel like a child that is being shared in custody. Like I had my Dean weekend last weekend, and then I have my Brian weekend this weekend. So but yeah, it was very nice. I was glad you were able to stop out Saturday. Like we had soccer game on Saturday morning and stuff, and then I did yard work and no special occasion. Just thought it was a nice night, so we had a fire and. Brian was nice enough to stop by and bring me a cigar. We smoked cigars together. That was very nice. It was very enjoyable. That was nice. And yeah, Robin and the kids.
Punk
and
asses.
my buddy John, my cousin Tessa, and her boyfriend came over. So it was a nice night. Just hanging by the fire. Nothing special. Just listen to music. Just talking. Never came up, so it was cool.
Got your fill of the fellas that weekend, did you?
What's that? I did. Mm-hmm. Sure did. And then, Sunday was, as Brian mentioned, the Oktoberfest at the German Family Society out in Brimfield. And, my grandparents, my grandfather, who came here from Germany when he was 18, we've been going there since, before I was born, since my dad was young. So we always
before
go out
you were
there
born. So your mom was drinking while she was pregnant with you? That explains so much.
Sure, she was for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she was. I'm sure I had a couple drinks before anyone knew what was going on there.
Maybe she didn't. You'd be a little bit taller.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I fit to be Brian's little spoon just perfectly the size I am, so I think it worked out. Fuck you.
That's
anyway, but no, it was a very nice day. The weather was, it was a little drizzly and stuff, but it was very comfortable outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Brian, it was really nice. A lot of family, a lot of friends. My buddy Phil from hockey, my buddy Jacob was out there, and my Uncle Scott and Aunt Lisa and their friend Tuto, who's a friend of ours now as well, and everybody was there. It was very nice. My mom, everybody. So just a nice day out there. We did miss you, Dean. It was very nice it was one of those days, not to be too cheesy about it, but afterwards I was kind of it was just a really good time. We spent a lot of time out there together, and I felt like I got to spend a lot of time with everybody that was there. And have good conversation with everybody, and seeing different friends, you and Phil and everybody, people from different, corners of my life, all my different friend groups kind of mixing together in my family. It was just very nice. Nice day. And it made me feel nice that this was the first year since both of my grandparents are no longer with us. So it was definitely, it felt like a nice tribute to them to just have such a nice day, and everybody really seemed to have a good time. And as always, the food and the beer was delicious, and it was just good time. So, but Dean, next year we got to get you there for sure, because I know you've been before. I think we've been out there with us before. It's just been a few years.
The three of us have been out there together.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah, so definitely a nice weekend, and then so that was my weekend. That was basically it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, beyond great family and friend time that we all had, have you guys watched anything interesting for any idiot reviews? Could be stuff you've already been watching, maybe working more on a series or something like that, but anything you wish to recommend that you particularly enjoy? We'll stick with Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
I haven't really had time to watch anything, not even to watch the shows that I've been watching. But I'll get a little, what's that? I'll get a little crafty here with my reviews. So I don't have anything. Actually, I do have something that I did watch. I can't really recommend it to you because it's already been here and gone. But last night I went to a concert in Cleveland to see one of my favorite bands ever, Alexis on Fire. They were a big, popular, post-hardcore band, early to mid 2000s. And then they took a hiatus for, I think, 14 years or something like that, maybe 14, 13 years. They put out a new album this year, and then they're touring in support of that. So this is the first time they've been to the area in a long time. And it's just kind of one of my bucket list bands that I have loved for a really long time, but just hasn't never lined up to where I've been able to see them live. So last night I finally got to see them in person, and it didn't disappoint. It was so fucking awesome. They're a band that I know every one of their songs, so it didn't matter what the set list was going to be. It was just, going to be awesome regardless. But it was just a fantastic time. So me and my buddy John, that was at the bonfire with Brian and myself this weekend, we went to the House of Blues and saw that. Good concert. Again, another just good night. We had good positioning to the stage, and it wasn't there's certain concerts you go to, depending on the style of music, depending on where you are on the floor, you might be being crushed to death. You might be catching elbows in the face. It might be, but there was an area that there was a pit going on, but I don't know, maybe because this band, these guys are older, and a lot of their fan base is now of my age or older, that people are just, there was the mosh pit area, but then there was also people are jumping, having fun. You're packed in there, but it wasn't like I said, you're not catching elbows in the face. You're not getting crushed to death, and it was really cool. You didn't have to worry about people coming over your head constantly. You know, there was a couple crowd surfers.
I thought you liked people coming on
cool.
your head.
I do typically,
Sure.
and you know, sometimes in public forums. I'm a gentleman though, so public forums not really the place that I do that.
That's right.
Although sometimes there are enough people involved where it could be considered a public forum. We're not going to get into that.
Well,
but anyway, that was
thing.
That's what I review. And then actually one of my other very favorite bands from one of my bands that I love, Parkway Drive, came out with a new album last Friday, which I'm very in love with. They're kind of a band that started out, they were a metalcore band. And I mean, I guess still kind of are, but they've kind of, as they've gotten older, they've shifted more towards a traditional metal sound in a lot of ways. So some of their older fans are not really a fan of that, but kind of hearing their music over the years and experiencing every new album as it comes out, I've kind of enjoyed the direction that they've gone as well. So, but that's their new album, Darker Still by Parkway Drive. If you like, you know, heavy stuff and stuff like that, definitely check it out. They're a great band, and that's about it. That's all I can review. It's just been music stuff lately because like I said, I've just been on the go a lot and haven't really had time to sit down and watch anything. But that's it for me. What about you, fellas? What you seen? What you heard? What you seen?
Go ahead, Dean.
Honestly, I've been so busy that I really haven't seen much of anything. What I can review is the wonderful movie that actually is on in the room right now behind you, fellas. The 1989 classic Major League.
Mm-hmm.
It is honestly one of those movies that we all have a lot of them. That no matter where it comes on, if you're on the TV, you're stopping and watching it, right?
Right.
I like to reserve it I watch it on opening day. I have to watch an opening day for the Tribe, the Guardians,
the Guard,
the Guard, and then the first day of the playoffs, which looks like we will be experiencing if things keep going the same way. Their magic number is 19, so between the Sox losing and us winning, any combination of the two, 19 is that magic number to get into the playoffs. So we are in first place in the American Central Division. So,
yeah, quite the season.
Yeah,
unexpected.
Very unexpected.
The concert I was at last night. So they're from St. Catharines, Ontario, which is not far from Niagara Falls. Alexis on Fire, and their guitarist Wade was talking a little bit in between, and he goes, "Hey," he's like, I get a very nice message, a lovely message the other day to the Alexis on Fire Instagram account, and it says, "Hey, loved you guys for a long time, big fan. I have a job to where I can hook you guys up while you're in town if you're interested to go to a Guardians game. So let me know, whatever, message me back and we'll work it out." And he looked at it and I was like, he didn't know that they changed their name, and he was like, "What the fuck is that? Like a lacrosse team?" He's like, "So I just fucking what are the Guardians, like a lacrosse team or something?" He's like, "I don't fucking know." He's like, "So I didn't respond." He goes, "I got here. I guess you guys changed the name of the team." He's like, "I didn't know that." And he was like, "So if that guy's here tonight, I'm sorry I didn't respond, and this next song's for you." But it was kind of funny. He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "So apparently you guys changed the baseball team's name. I didn't know that."
That was fun.
That's good. Okay, I got a little bit of music too. Like first of all, so more for the old school metal people. I know you like some of the old school stuff too, especially with your dad Scott being such a fan growing up. Megadeth. Yeah. Megadeth dropped a new album over the past couple of weeks here. The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead.
So, yes, correct.
On streaming.
Cool name.
It's good. It is a cool name, and Dave Mustaine had some like throat cancer or something like that. So there was a time where they weren't sure if he was going to be able to sing even.
It does have a little more of a growl to him now, right?
A little bit.
From what I listened to it too, yeah.
It sounds like Megadeth. It sounds like Dave Mustaine. It's good. It's hard rocking, and in fact, they have a tour going on right now. And I was thinking to myself, it'd be cool to see them when they come around again. They're coming in 2 weeks to Blossom, like October the 5th,
4th.
Fourth. Thank
Yes.
you, thank you, thank you. With Five Finger Death Punch is opening for them. So
I enjoy them.
yeah. So I told Allie we should try to go. So basically, that's we'll talk about that offline if anybody else is interested. But I'd like to go see that. It's like $35 lawn seats or something like that. But
That's not
yeah,
bad at all.
No, but anyway, so go check out Megadeth. And the main show I've been watching here, guys. I'm up to the finale. I haven't seen the finale yet, but Cobra Kai season 5 dropped. I just love it.
That's part of my thing later, because we are in the fall, and so
yeah,
I haven't seen it, so it's what I'm looking forward to.
That's fine. So I can tell you won't be disappointed. It's a lot of fun. No spoilers here. It's just, they do such a great job with the source material. They keep bringing in characters from the original movies. They flash back to the movies, and you may or may not see some characters as they were in the movies, in the series at some point. So that's kind of interesting and cool as well with some of the technology that they're doing. So just a lot of fun. So, all right, give me more Cobra. Yeah, absolutely. Give me more Cobra Kai. I think there's one more season to go after this one, but I love it. And Ralph Macchio was on Jimmy Kimmel the other day. He's 60 years old. Isn't that? I was like, what? It's kind of hard to get your head around. He's
older
younger
than Pat Morita was.
Wow,
the first Karate Kid.
That is nuts. But anyways, again, just fun show, well acted, a lot of fun. It's semi-teen type drama type stuff, but that's okay. It's mind candy, great fun. Check it out. Highly recommended. Cobra Kai season 5 on Netflix. So that's what I got.
I would real quick. Oh, sorry.
I forgot one thing I did watch. I am continuing to watch the season of Resident Alien. I know you guys never seen it, but I highly recommend it on Sci-Fi. It's such a good show, just quirky and fun, and so Resident Alien on Sci-Fi.
Very good.
Okay.
Well,
you've talked about that before, I think.
Yeah,
right? I think you've told us something. I
really
remember hearing about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So Dean kind of mentioned it here. So our main topic later in this episode is Dean suggested prior fall shows. What stuff that your fall stuff? I shouldn't say stuff. Just any TV shows, movies, whatever that's coming out in the fall that we are particularly excited for. So, that'll be our main topic later in the episode. Did you have something to say, Dean?
Yeah, I wanted to tell a quick story, if I could. All right, so listen. So I'm in the hotel in Columbus, and there's a little designated area for smoking. So I go down to have a smoke, and this older gentleman sitting there, and he's in like sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and he proceeds to tell me the story that he's a lawyer, right? And his wife is in Europe right now, and he was at another hotel. And he was at the bar, and he met this blonde who came up to him, was flirting, and next thing you know, he says that he was pickpocketed, took all his cards out and put his wallet back in his pants. And then the next thing you know, he doesn't remember anything, and she just steals everything. And so as he's telling me this, I'm thinking to myself, Jesus, it's just I'm giving a very condensed story of this, but just the more and more he's going, I'm expecting him to think that I'm a mark, and he's like going to try to get money from me or something, right? But it was just a wild story. One of those where like, is anybody else fucking hearing this? Because like in my head, when he tells me that that she pickpocketed him, took all the cards out and then put it back, and then he just woke up and that
sounds like you lost your cards.
No, it sounds like he got a hooker, and she took him for all the fucking money when he passed out drunk, and this is the story he's practicing on me because he's going to tell his wife when she gets there. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it was just a wild story. This girl, and he even said, "Yeah, got the cops involved, and that's why I'm in these clothes because she took everything, my suitcase and every." Like, yeah, all right. So yeah, it was a fun little story. It was part of the things that that what I had done over the past week.
I think his wife got it.
Oh no, he's done for. Dunsky. So sorry.
That's okay. Okay. No, I was going to ask if Megan bought it. But you're going to beat me to the punch.
Yeah. No, that was not my story.
Okay.
And I'm sticking to it.
All right. Well, we'll come back. We're going to take a break here, guys, and we're going to come back with a few pop culture headlines and then get into our main topic, fall preview excitement.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
That's right. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Convincing Idiots. Pop culture headlines here, gentlemen. So,
who in the hell do you think you're calling a gentleman?
Yeah, sorry.
Definitely not Nick.
Sorry. No. It's Mr. Little Spoon to you, sir.
That's right. Baby Spoon.
Spoon.
Oh, little baby spoon. Look at my baby spoon.
If I was a rapper, my name would be like Lil Spoon.
Lil Spoon.
I like that.
Lil Spoon. Lil Spoon.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Yep.
Okay, so I have we're messing around with different segments, and we continue. So we continue to evolve here, guys. Right? We continue to experiment and evolve.
And yet, this is the best we've got.
Well, so, but so we thought we'd work in the idiot question of the week. Okay, and we'll see how this goes. Right. We're already talking about pop culture headlines here, but so I'd like to know what you think about the whole. What do you think about Velma from Scooby Doo?
I think she's hot.
Yep.
Oh, were you not done?
Yeah.
I'd dip it in her ink.
What do we think about Velma being called a Karen and the whole Karen and cancel culture here, guys? So the story came up here. There's some online game. I think it's like a smartphone game or something like that. It seems like to me, but it's called Multiverses. So it's different characters. They battle, and you try to solve a mystery or something along that line. So there's many famous characters you could choose from. DC Comics, Bugs Bunny, Tasmanian Devil, and Velma from Scooby Doo, amongst others. LeBron James is in there from Space Jam.
That's not what LeBron sounds like.
That's right.
Spoken on that.
Yeah.
Tasmanian LeBron.
I think LeBron did sound like that maybe at the end of last season when the Lakers did not make the playoffs.
He was mad.
Yeah. Anyway, so in the game, apparently, Velma had the ability to call the police on other characters as part of this whole mystery solving or whatever the hell it was. And some people began to complain and call Velma a Karen because she had the ability to call the police on characters in general, but including, of course, black characters in the game. So some people took offense that they had a character calling the police on black characters that she was accusing of a crime. So again, what I'm gathering from the article here is it's not that she could just call the police only on black characters, which would be, of course, wildly inappropriate.
Sure.
But she could just call the police on characters in general. So they changed the game. They changed the game to where when she makes a phone call in the game now, she's calling the Mystery Machine and the Scooby Doo gang to come to her aid or something along that line. So some people have said, yeah, I'm glad you changed it because it seemed offensive to me that you had a white character calling the police on black characters. Other people said, "Hey, listen, it's just a stupid game. What are you talking about? It's they didn't design the game purposely for that reason." So it's yet another example of, is it people being too sensitive? Do they have a point? Is this cancel culture going too far at times? So what do you think about Velma being called a Karen in this game and then them changing the game accordingly? So, Nick, go ahead, sir.
I thought I was trying to high five you.
Sorry. I see.
I got confused.
I thought you were raising your hand.
No, he was. I was being a dick.
As a millennial, can I start and say that
Sure.
I think this is being a little touchy? I mean, it's a video game. Okay.
Exactly.
B, I don't think that calling the police makes you a Karen. Now, there could be a plethora of reasons one might call the authorities, okay?
Sure.
And they could range from a hunch or a suspicion all the way to a confirmed, like, I've seen some shit happen, I know that, whatever. When I think Karen, I don't think that's like anybody who picks up and calls the police. I think of it more of like it's the let me speak to your manager kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's stuff that's not even that serious that you're getting upset about, I guess, to me. In my opinion, if it's a situation where someone feels the authorities need called, I think we're out of Karen territory. That's just a concerned citizen. Like you said,
it depends on situation. It's per situation on this.
Sure. Okay. Sure. There's some wiggle room with that. Like you said, if this game was set up to where the only person that you were able to call on were black characters in the game, that would be egregiously fucked up and over the line. But I mean, the ability to literally pick up the phone and call the police in a video game I feel like that sounds to me like people are going out of their way a little bit to like be offended or make it something that I'm sure it was not intended at all to be. But I don't know. And also, you said like the cancel culture. It's not really canceling because it's a video game. Like nobody actually got canceled. You know what I mean? Like it's
true.
So,
You've digitally canceled her.
We've digitally canceled Velma. Well, she's still in the game. We've canceled the option to call the police.
That's true.
At this point.
Sure. That's right.
But now if in this game, also another thing that would be a problematic. If the police just show up to the scene and shoot whoever it is without asking any questions, that also would be a problem.
Sure.
But I think just the ability to call the police on a video game. Is probably, I feel like that the people are being a little bit touchy with that, but that's
sure
opinion.
Keith said we talked about this on It Came from Gen X as well. Keith said that she should be able to call the police on LeBron James because he's stealing from the Lakers. That's pretty funny. So, Dean, what do you think about all this?
Okay, I was looking this up. While Nick was blathering on, and what I had found was it goes actually a little more in depth. Did you read the article? Like, I don't know what source you came from, Brian.
This just in. New information has come to light.
Yeah, no, I was looking it up. And
is it today.com or NBCnews.com? One or the other. I can't remember. That's where I get the pop.
Because they had changed. They had changed the game twice after they took her out of her thing. Excuse me. The original, obviously, she was calling 911, but the second one, it had it to where, like, when people would get an accident, she would call 234-571-5359 and ask for Blake Insurance to cover whatever said accident had happened on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen,
then they would say it's too fucking late because you have to have insurance before the accident happens.
Well, that's why they had to change it. It was glitchy, but the fact was that she was being responsible and calling Blake Insurance for her insurance needs. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio. They offer auto, home, renters, and business insurance with
Retroactively,
honesty.
apparently.
Retroactive. No, let's not say that. No, that cannot be confirmed
Have
nor
an
denied.
accident? No insurance? No problem. Call Blake Insurance. He'll figure something out.
Eric's like, wait,
Ladies and gentlemen, that is not how that goes. Please do not listen to that.
Eric will
Listen to
figure it
my
out.
read.
He'll take care of it.
Aaron Blake, Neary Insurance, is above all else in service. Like Daphne, you want to call 234-571-5. I don't give a shit. 5359 or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. And make sure you tell them the mystery machine sent you.
There you go.
Your illegitimate insurance is only a few clicks away.
Come on. I'm reaching here. Okay.
No, it was actually. I've got to say that was a very nice tie-in.
Thank you.
That was very good. Very well done.
Okay, now my actual opinion on it is the idea that, first of all, the game messed up in general because, like, it made no sense. Like, first of all, whose superpower is just calling somebody? That's lame in the first place. Second off, the police, she literally solves crimes for a living. Why would she need the police in a video game scenario?
Right.
She should be solving them herself. Or
Get your damn flashlight out and solve it yourself.
right. Jinkies, motherfucker. Jinkies.
Maybe she didn't have her glasses. She can't see a thing
That's
without her
right.
glasses.
Mm-hmm.
So call the optometrist, or like they ended up doing, call the mystery machine and get Scooby out there. His high ass. Now, as far as the cancel culture and Karens and all of that going too far, I mean, again, it's based on individual situations. When you first told me that, remember offline, Brian, I called it out even before you got to the Karen part. I was like, oh,
Right.
she's being a Karen.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell what that seemed like. I didn't necessarily go to the first idea of like it being a race thing of her calling on African American characters. I didn't know that I didn't hear the lineup of characters, first of all. I just, and the whole Karen culture situation anyways isn't ultimately just on based on race. It is also
True.
based on just the having, they think that they're right. They think that everything revolves around them. They think that, they are the moral police, when instead they're, obviously what they are. They have a self-entitlement issues, to say the least. That is what a Karen is. But yes, it does ultimately come down to, and a lot of them involve Karens and African American. Actually, a lot of African American, like young men, seems to be the situations. A lot of the videos you see. So, again, it is a problem in this video game. Did they need to change it? If it was based on the Karen thing, no. But based on just shitty writing for the video game, yeah, it wasn't very good. It was a shitty superpower. Like Nick's superpower is, growing a beard poorly. He wishes he had a different one, but this is what it is. Look, he's trying. Get him angry. Get him angry. Look,
I shit my
I
pants.
did it. Oh, happens every time. Happens every time. So yeah, that's my take, gentlemen.
Yeah, on this one, I agree with you guys here. It's like, some of the feedback here was, again, it's, some people say, I'm reading some of the Twitter responses to some of this they shared in the article here, like, Velma calling the police is nothing new. If you watch Scooby Doo growing up, it's, they did call the police when, to arrest the bad guys.
Because you get
very
handcuffs,
often.
the mask coming off. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And others say if it's more thematically appropriate, it's just like some of the stuff is that people some of the stuff where it gets to be people oversensitive on some of the stuff is a little ridiculous. I don't know.
I agree on that.
I don't know if people have the time Every time I hear some of the stuff that people complain about like this, it's just it just bewilders me that you even have the time to sit down and try to make a big deal out of some of this ridiculousness. I don't know. Like I say, from a design perspective, it probably makes more sense to call the gang, I guess. But
right,
I don't know, stuff like this. So and the fact that the gaming company, I get it. They're just trying to look. We're just trying to sell games around here. So if you're getting too much backlash here, we're going to take the high road and just change the game and just to shut people up and just keep things moving. So I don't know. So I get it from their perspective, I suppose, but I don't know. It's ridiculous.
Well, Nick's been canceled right now, so
temporarily canceled.
Temporarily canceled. So we'll just have to move on without him for the moment.
That's right.
So I think that's a pretty decent discussion as per our first idiot question of the week, right? Idiot question of the weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can crowd work the title or whatnot, but
yeah, we'll work on it. But yeah, we're all pretty unanimous in the sense of just people being a little too sensitive on this one. So get a life, people.
Stay tuned next week. My idiot question of the week will be: does this look infected? Stay tuned.
Yep, it's a great album.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does it look infected? That's good.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Actually, I'm going to be showing you my Brian. More headlines.
Yeah, the Emmys was this past Sunday.
You're totally going to think that was edited the way I didn't say what it was.
You're a genius.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
hold on. What it is? 1742 into this, Brian. Go ahead and mark that. I need that cropped and cut for me, so I can make that a loop. Nick saying that I was a genius. So
sure. Yep. Absolutely. You make a whole GIF out of it, whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So this past Sunday was the 74th Emmy Awards. We're not going to go through all the winners.
He's not going to do that.
No. Right. No. You can make your own goddamn GIF.
I am.
If you want to. Yeah. So hitting it big again at the Emmys, 2 years in a row. Ted Lasso. So Ted Lasso, Demon, is one of your favorite shows.
Well deserved.
So it's best comedy series on Apple TV Plus. Ted Lasso. Another big winner, a couple of the big winners was the White Lotus series on HBO Max. I did watch this early summer, I think this year, if not late spring.
That's pretty funny.
It was okay. It was okay. It was different and interesting. I don't know. I would have said it was the best. So it was a limited or anthology series. It won, so it was okay. It was pretty interesting. And lead actor in a drama series, Lee Jung-jae in Squid Game. So Squid Game, we talked about this, was one of the bigger things crazy. On Netflix even. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and this was last year.
Like that coming from a Korean, made. Literally, it's not even imported. Like they had subtitles, correct? I didn't see it, so
yeah.
So a subtitled Korean-made show, and he wins Best Actor, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Good for them. Fantastic. I can't speak any other way because I didn't see it, but that's awesome. That's
they're already working on a season 2, I heard. So it certainly seals it now if they weren't already. But
isn't it called working on it? Squid Games 2: Electric Boogaloo?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they no stopping us now, something like that. But
right.
Those are the big ones. Like I said, Ted Lasso, Squid Game, White Lotus won a lot of awards. I'm just kind of scanning through this a little bit here.
What won best comedy? Was it Ted Lasso?
Ted Lasso. Yeah, Ted Lasso did 2 years in a row. And
what about writing?
Writing, I could tell you here in just a moment. Saturday Night Live won Best Sketch Series.
Sure.
Let's see. Supporting actor was Brett Goldstein from Ted Lasso. Let me get to the writing here.
Awesome. I love that guy. Oh, well, you know who Brett Goldstein is, correct?
I do not.
At the end of Thor: Love and Thunder, he is
yeah.
Hercules.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's right. You did mention that before in the Thor movie.
That's right. I didn't even put that together that was him from Ted Lasso. Like, I mean, I know, yes, that's obviously him, but I just didn't.
I'm telling you,
connect the two.
I will throw back to our review segment. He does a podcast called Films to be buried with, or films to die with, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very good. Because he's a stand-up comic also, and he has different celebrities on, and he, the premise of the chat show is he tells them that they died and explains how they died or whatever. That's the fun part, and then they have to explain their life through films they've seen, what they've meant to them, and and he's got a whole questionnaire about it. It's very cool.
Huh.
Okay,
I highly recommend it.
Is he
just go ahead?
Sorry, is he English in real life? Is he like actually English? Okay.
Yes, and much more soft spoken than his character.
Yeah,
and he explains on the show how because he was a writer for the show, and he went out of his way and because they were trying to find his character, like the actor for it, and on a weekend he kept saying to himself, I know this character. So he emailed all the other writing teams and the directors and producers and everything and said, hey, I think I could do this. And he wasn't even in the running until he sent them an email. He was part of the team putting the show together just as a writer. And they gave him the shot, and he did it.
Nice.
Now he is a fucking Emmy.
That's nice. Writing, here it is here. Writing for a comedy series was Quinta Brunson for Abbott Elementary.
That show does look good.
It does.
It does look entertaining.
I'll have to check that out. And then writing for a drama series.
I think I've seen that show.
It's
a network show.
It's ABC.
Yeah, okay, I have. Yeah, it's not bad.
I might have to check that out.
So Jesse Armstrong was the winner for a drama series for his Secession, All the Bells Say. This is on HBO Max. I'm not familiar with this one. This is writing for a drama series. So
everybody says how good Secession is.
Yeah, have to check that out. And then Jason Sudeikis, Dean won Best Actor in a Comedy Series.
Course,
again,
as he should.
2 years in a row. The show won, he won. So just a huge show for him. So good for him. So, but that's it. That's just a couple that caught my eye as far as the Emmys. There were a few things. There was some weird moment where Jimmy Kimmel did get off the stage or laid there or something like that.
He did a bit where he fell down, and I guess he laid there and like sold the bit, and some girl won her Emmy, first Emmy or whatever, and he just laid there next to her, making it awkward. Like he wouldn't get up. Like he made. From what I read about it, like it was like, dude, this is her moment. There's no need to continue your stupid bit and take away from her shit.
Right. He did have her on his show, so she came out and interrupted his monologue. I think yesterday or something like that. So to kind of, I guess they're friends in real life or whatever. But
okay. Yeah, but at least it shows that he is self-aware and okay, maybe it wasn't the best time to keep doing that.
I would say Jimmy, or you say Kimmel? Yeah. Okay. Still, I thought in my head I was thinking Fallon. I was going to say Fallon's but like Kimmel, same deal. Like I mean, I'm sure he's, he seems like he's a pretty like down to earth, like sensible kind of, like you said, self-aware guy.
And lead actor in a limited series or movie. The great Michael Keaton won for Dope Stick. I'm not familiar with Dope Stick.
Dope Stick.
That is on Hulu. Yeah. It is the story about them trying to the big pharmacy guys that produced and made OxyContin. It's that story.
Okay.
And I think he plays a doctor that just kind of gets sucked into pushing OxyContin on all of his patients and whatnot and all that.
Okay. All right. Let's have to check that out. So that's what I got on the Emmys. That was the some of the big pop culture news over the weekend here, guys. Why don't we take another break, and we're to come back with our main topic this evening: fall preview excitement.
I'm excited.
Woo!
That's right. Be right back.
You're watching the most exciting game you will ever see on your TV set. Telstar by Coleco with 3 different games. Telstar Tennis with digital scoring, variable speeds. Telstar Hockey. Each player controls a goalie plus a forward on the other side. Oops, a goal. And Telstar Singles Handball, a game you play yourself. Telstar Handball, Tennis, Hockey. All 3 at an exciting low price. For great family fun, hitch your TV to a Telstar by Coleco.
And we are back on Convincing Idiots. That's right. We couldn't leave you for long. We would never dare. I am Nick. I'm a millennial. I'm here with my co-hosts Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean, and we are discussing something that is very near and dear to our hearts. We are discussing fall preview. Okay, so I assume that probably means what are maybe some movies, TV shows you guys are looking forward to in the fall. Could be anything, really. What about the fall time? The fall time is special, So what are some things that we're looking forward to? And so let's get started with Brian. Brian, what are you looking forward to? We got pumpkin spice lattes on the rise. We got the leaves will be falling. What else?
Candles.
The best candles. That's true. That's true.
I went line.
Yeah.
I did thought of you the other day. Like I did actually have a pumpkin, like a spice, like foam latte thing from the
boyfriend get
from the Crimson Cup over in Talmadge Circle. So
shit, yeah, you did.
Yep. So it's
did you do hold hands as you drank them walking down the street this weekend?
This was just myself for this particular. So Allie and I'll mention real quick. So our first date is coming up on this week.
You're finally going to take her on a first date.
Better get this. Yeah, I need to step it up.
I suppose it's time for us to be seen in public together.
That's right. Yep.
It's been 3 years.
That's not his choice. That's
time to let you out. Time to let you out of the basement. But
he goes, I'm dating you. I'm already in the basement.
That's true. Yeah, figuratively. So no, but we our first date was at this coffee shop in Talmadge Circle. So every year I go up there and I get her a little something from there. So there's some coffee and a little memento of some sort or whatever. So yeah, but I got a pumpkin spice.
Does she know that you messed up and you thought you were on the grinder app and you swiped left and the rest is history?
No. Coffee grinder? No, I want regular grinder.
That's right.
God.
Yep. Lucky for me, it was swiped the right direction, even if it was by accident. So yeah,
it's good.
All right, so I'll mention a couple. So there's a few Marvel movies I'm very interested in. I'll kind of start there. So in the fall time, I didn't know this was coming until I saw the D23 Disney Werewolf by Night. There's a Werewolf by Night special.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
What is that?
It was a comic book. And it's just it's a guy turns into a werewolf, and
which alone sounds silly, but Nick, this is done in a very artsy Ed Wood almost type look to it. It's black and white. It's like a certain amount of people are trapped in this house, locked in or whatever, thunderstorms, scary. And one of them is a werewolf, and you got to figure out who it is. They got to figure out who it is.
Okay.
But like the way it's shot and some of the transitional scenes and stuff, it looks super fucking interesting.
So it's like Among Us with werewolves.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. When we're done with this, just Google the trailer or go to Disney Plus and look at the trailer. You'll be hooked. You'll be like, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's a one-shot deal. It's not even limited series. It's just it's a 90-minute show movie-esque thing. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
interested. It's October 7th, and in the comics, I think, by the way, that's where, if I'm not mistaken, that's where Moon Knight made his debut. Was in the Werewolf
makes
by
sense.
Night series back in the day. Nick, I know you're looking forward to this as well. Wakanda Forever movie.
Yes,
November
that is on
11th.
Yep.
Looks great, and the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. That's coming out in later. Maybe it's not so much a fall thing, but a holiday thing. But definitely Werewolf by Night. So if I'm speaking of fall, and the Black Panther Wakanda. That's just two to start off there. The Marvel content looks great. So,
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to go with it. I mentioned it before, but it has to be my first Quantum Leap.
Mm-hmm.
The reboot series starts this coming Monday, September 19th. So if you're listening to this Monday morning, it's happening tonight.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I've been Quantum Leap was my favorite show as a child, and it continues. Nothing really can top it. Like the nostalgia, how good it was, the premise, everything about it. I love Quantum Leap. It wasn't the greatest ending, so to get this reboot and the thought that they could bring back Scott Bakula, because it's a new leaper, it's a new cast. Obviously, Dean Stockwell, who played Al Calavici, the hologram, is dead. You know, he passed just a few months ago, so he is unable to. You know, they tried, couldn't get him. So it's a whole new cast, very updated. Like they have. It's the Leaper, the physicist Leaper. Dr. Ben Song is a Asian American, and they have a transgender programmer for the show. You know, for the project. So they tried to be very diverse. It looks very cool, very updated. The leaping effect looks updated. Everything about it. I'm very excited. So yeah. So I couldn't be. It's my top of anything going on right now. Marvel, Star Wars, anything. I am
My family, everything.
my family. Everything gets put in the back burner. Quantum Leap is where it's at right now.
Nice.
Very good. Nick?
I've so this next one, or first one for me, I'll just start right off the top. From everything I have seen online, and there's been a lot of hype around this already. Everything I see that trickles out, every bit more of content I get a little bit more excited. I cannot wait to see the newest lineup from our friends over at RPM Bike Shop. You want an electric bike in your life this autumn to get around to Oktoberfest, maybe go to some apple orchards, all that cool shit, maybe go see the foliage? An electric bike is in your future, my friends. All you have to do is search on Facebook for RPM Bike Shop. You can also go to their website, rpmbikeshop.com, or give them a call at 330-808-7792 to get your hands on your very own electric bike today. So be sure to give them a call, check out their wonderful, wonderful products, and you can electrically drive into autumn on your very own electric bike from RPM Bike Shop today. RPM Bike Shop, it's electric. Woogie, woogie, woogie.
Very good.
Thank you.
I love it.
Additionally, other than RPM Bike Shop's new fall lineup, I would also like to shout out. So I only had a couple movies written down. Brian touched on the big one for me, Wakanda Forever. I am looking forward to seeing.
Brian touches on a lot of big ones.
He touches on all the big ones. I am looking forward to seeing the new Avatar movie, Way of the Water, I think it's called. I don't even give a shit. I don't even know what it's like. Here's the thing. I love the first Avatar so much. I don't even know what this one's about. Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know
what it's about? Money. That's what it's about.
I don't care. Give it to me. I want it. I fucking love the first one. I want the new one. I'm excited. It's like the only movie other than Wakanda Forever that I'm like, I'm looking forward to going to see that. So that's the one for me. Avatar.
You know, they are bringing back the original in the theater soon.
Yes.
Oh, really?
I just heard that.
For a limited time. So if you never saw the original in the theater in 3D,
Yeah, worth
I
it.
would highly recommend anybody the first one. Just the movie itself, I thought was ridiculous. Personally,
Ridiculous.
yeah, it was. Just my
like
opinion.
I've never seen it.
No, but
What?
just the 3D experience. Listen, the 3D experience of the world that he created is, and you're immersed in that world. That in itself is worth going to the theater to see
Maybe
that.
that's what it is. It's a visual thing because I guess when you really break down to like the storyline, I'm not like,
crazy.
What a great fucking story. Like, it's fine. I was okay with it, but it wasn't like, I'm like, wow, what a well thought out, amazing. I mean, I could see
when did that
where
come
you'd
out? When
not
did the
be
first one
super
come out?
impressed. 2009, 10,
Okay.
9.
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, 9 or 10. I think.
See,
it was.
for me, I just saw. Back then, I saw it the previews, and I'm like, I don't really
2009.
I don't really dig cartoons, let alone do I need to go see an adult cartoon.
Says the Star Wars fan. Okay, that's interesting.
No, but no,
the ultimate adult cartoon.
That's not. I'm not talking about content. I'm talking about like it's all CGI and
right.
You know what I mean? But then again, I went and saw that goddamn Lion King reboot, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
and that was all CGI to make look real. So, but they also, I mean, that's more. I mean, I know it's only been a few years since, but like the advancement that they've come to. So maybe this Avatar will be like blow everybody out of the water of like how good it is, as in visual.
Well, the first one was fucking amazing. I mean, it was
it's like
really was.
He made it with the intention of 3D. It's like it's not like like the movie where they make it and they know some people's going to see it 3D, so they'll slap a couple things in there. It seems like where this is flying at you or this, but this was made
Friday the 13th 3D with the sword and the spear. So
you
good.
know what? That came, by the way, that came with my feed the other day. That was there. Some theater is putting that one back out there in 3D, but it's too far away. It's somewhere in Ohio. That'd be so much fun to go see that again.
Would be put on the old red and blue glasses.
Oh my God, that would be terrific. But I do have a home version of that, by the way. You put the 3D glasses on; it does come out at you a little bit. We can watch it home on the TV. But I digress. But he made this movie, James Cameron, with the thought of some people are going to go to the theater and see it in 3D and the whole experience. And definitely, you could tell. So,
okay.
Yeah. But the second one, I'm like, I'm with you. I'm just, I'd probably be inclined to go see it just for the same type of deal, for the experience of the 3D, if nothing else. So, okay.
Makes sense.
Very good. Go ahead,
Brian, you got it? I have, my TV stuff, I'm going to mention two together because they've already been mentioned in this show earlier. Cobra Kai, it's on now, but we're in the fall, so I'm gonna. And I haven't seen it yet, so I'm adding it. I can't wait to see that, especially now since you guys reviewed it highly. So I definitely want I'm finding some sort of time to stop and watch it. And Ted Lasso, I can only mention this because there's no set date. I'm hoping this fall, but it doesn't look like it. You'd think they would like tell you months in advance, so it's not looking good. But like the original third season premiere was supposed to be this fall in September, but I don't think that's going to happen. But a boy can hope.
I got one here, guys. One of our favorite, an actor we all is thoroughly enjoy that we has suggested he play. If you want to reboot something, put him in it in any role, and we will watch it. We don't care what it is. The great John Hamm. I kind of forgot this was coming out. So September 6th. So this is coming out like, what is today? The 15th? So like tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow, yeah.
I don't know where it is. I can't seem to find it. If it's in the theater, maybe it's in the theater, whatever. But I forgot he's coming back and this is actually a reboot. Okay. Of the famous Chevy Chase character, Fletch. From the 80s.
Oh yeah.
So John Hamm
that's
is
coming out
back
now?
Yes. So John Hamm is coming back as Fletch.
I knew it was in the works. I didn't know it was like done and like coming out.
So it's called Confess Fletch. So I can't. I don't know if I should say. I say it's a reboot. I don't know if it's a reboot or maybe it's just kind of picking up. It was a book series, is what it was. Okay, so yeah, I'm interested to see John Hamm as Fletch. I mean, Chevy Chase did a great job in that role in the '80s. There's the movies. Both those movies were very good. There wasn't a whole lot of movies where the sequel was on par with the first one, but that one, Fletch Lives, was on par with the first one back.
I will watch anything John Hamm is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you guys, had mentioned earlier how you, Nick, you laid on Brian's tummy for a bit. I want to do that to John Hamm. So
Sure.
I want to see him, looking up from his tummy.
Of course.
Such an odd visual, but I have it. Regretfully, it's in there now, and it's there.
You can't unhear it. You can't unsee it in your mind. It is in there.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this trailer. There's 2 trailers I saw it for creepy movies that's coming out here. So one is called Pearl. Now, Pearl is a prequel. I mentioned the movie X that I rented on Amazon Prime, where the kids are trying to find a spot to. I say kids, but they're young people, not looking for a place to film a porno in the 70s it's set in, and they've picked the wrong farmhouse, basically. One of the more creepier, uneasy movies I've seen in a while is X. This is a prequel to X. So one of the characters in the movie X is called Pearl, and this is a movie about her. So this comes out this weekend also, so tomorrow as well, in theaters. So they're advertising this now. So again, she's an interesting character, looks weird and bizarre. So I'm interested. I don't know if I'm going to go see it in the theater, but I definitely want to check it out. And when I just caught the Smile, I don't know if you saw the trailer for this here. So that looks
freaky. That's a very Ring-esque type feel to it.
Yeah, it comes out at the end of the month here. Let's see. I'm reading the little blurb here on IGN.com. After witnessing a bizarre traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Rose Cotter starts experimenting frightening occurrences that she can't explain. So it's like this. She has a smile. It looks weird. The smile is very creepy, and I don't know. Looks odd. And also in time for Halloween, a couple other ones here. Halloween Ends, that comes out.
Have that marked here.
14th. So Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, Michael Myers. It is the final movie in this particular storyline. So will they reboot it in the future? Probably, as long as it's making money somehow. But appears to be the end of this storyline of Laurie Strode versus Michael Myers. Looks great. I love Jamie Lee Curtis in this role. It'll be goofy, fun,
break down
craziness.
The fourth wall, Brian. You down?
Oh yeah, let's go see it for sure.
Because we went to see the last one. You, me, Carter, and I think Peyton and Joey went. I believe.
I don't remember, but we saw some. I don't know if it was that movie we saw, but
okay. Well, I know
doesn't matter.
You, me, and Carter went.
Yes, we should go. We should definitely see the final.
Nick, you can come too, but you don't like to hang out with the 3 of us together. You're like a whore and just want to spend time with only 2 of us.
I need each you all to myself.
Right. Okay.
When I'm with you, I need full attention from whichever one of you I'm with at any given time.
And I just caught this as well. I didn't know they were rebooting this. Coming on Hulu October the 7th. They are rebooting Hellraiser. Clive Barker, Hellraiser, and Pinhead is played by a female actress, which is fine. But
sure,
if you've never seen, did you ever see the original Hellraiser, Nick?
No.
You guys never did either. Nope. Go back. The first one is still eerie and creepy and everything else. The Cenobites. So basically, the premise is they find this puzzle box and they solve it. And if you solve it, it unleashes the Cenobites from hell who comes into our world, and they wreak havoc and everything else. But very creepy concept. The original still kind of holds up in the creepiness and horror factor, if you're looking for something to go back to the 80s to check out. But looks cool and creepy. October 7th, Hellraiser. That's a couple. I don't want to monopolize the time. I got more to come back to. But you guys have any more you want to mention?
Enough of your goddamn voice.
I know. We're We're getting too many listens right now, so we gotta break it up a little bit. Go ahead.
I've got one on the lines of the Halloween stuff you're kind of listing off here. Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out in a couple weeks, I believe. So that'll be kind of fun.
How the fuck did we let him go? Hocus Pocus 2. You talking about the children's movie?
Yeah. That was one, same deal. I think I
September 30th, Nick, on Disney Plus.
For the first time when I was a kid, but I saw it for the second time like the night after we recorded our first ever podcast. And it was kind of one of those ones where I'm like, this is pretty good. Like it was like The Nightmare Before Christmas. When I saw it when I was a kid, I was like, it's fine. It's a kid's movie. It was Halloween, whatever. But as an adult, I was like, no, this is like, I get why so many people love it. And it is a classic. It's a good movie. It's pretty decent. So I'm actually now kind of looking forward to the second one. It's been so many years since the last one that it'll be kind of fun. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
Never saw the first one, but like I said, it does look like fun. It's just a nice, probably a family friendly movie for sure, I would assume.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to stick with TV. We'll do new Interview with the Vampire on AMC.
I have that one written down as well. Yep.
That looks good. I DVR set for it. I can't wait.
Yeah, Nick and I talked about this one, so I did not find the reason to reboot that from the movie because the movie was so good.
I agree.
Yeah,
I can agree with that. Like if somebody said, "What movie do you need, or what TV show or movie needs a reboot?" It would not be on my list, but they did it, so why not? The book was great. I've read a couple of the books.
I said there's probably a lot more that they can draw from to make a TV series out of than what they can cram into a movie. So, there's that.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay,
is what all they can put into this.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
Because
I'm not totally opposed, but
if it's a hit, they could actually span it through all the books. Queen of the Damned, Vampire Lestat. There's such a wide range of things they can do with these characters if this show catches on. Because AMC is famous for taking these shows and branching off and doing taking this story and putting it into this show, and I feel this. Anne Rice's Vampire Lestat books, because regardless of the movie, Louis isn't the main character of the franchise. Lestat is. So I'm hoping that this does that and it can branch off and give all of these different books their just due.
It won't top Nick and I's pilot idea we came up with when you were away, Dean.
Right.
It was. We mentioned it before, but the Bachelorette vampire. So
yeah, that would be.
Yep,
absolutely.
You have the Bachelorette. You have the Bachelorette. Except the caveat is one of the bachelors is a vampire. You don't know which one.
I like that.
Got to figure out which one. Yep,
I like that.
I'm still waiting to hear back from the production companies about that and see if we're going to get picked up.
We've written several emails. Several emails, and
it might
must not be seeing them.
Yeah, you're not going to see it on this year's fall lineup, but maybe keep an eye out next year.
Sure.
Clearly, you haven't seen this email yet.
And and I do, and Brian does. It's fucking gold. You are passing up on a literal gold mine here.
We're going to see it out there.
I understand. I do understand that you probably haven't answered me because your breath has been taken away by reading the pitch. I get that.
Yeah, clear.
But,
Yep. I caught one or two guys. This is late fall, getting into December, so it's not wintertime yet, but definitely starting to get some more into the Christmas season here. I caught the write-up of this one here, Violent Night. Okay, this is going to be this. It almost sounds like a made-up.
It does.
I'll say back in the day when we still had DVDs, that's a straight to DVD movie.
Oh yeah.
It's like if you ever play like
with American Sasquatch or whatever.
You ever play the game Balderdash, guys? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Balderdash is like the original.
It sounds like
Balderdash.
something you would say about something Dean said. Boulder Dash.
It is. You know what? We should play
That's
this
actually
game.
very accurate.
In all seriousness, I will bring this when we have another game night at wherever. But because the whole
You'd
premise
have
is,
to
can you
fucking come
lie?
to one first.
Can you effectively lie? Is really the premise of the game. So like it gives you the original game was like a word, and everybody submits a definition to the word. So you're trying to write a definition that people's going to pick. They think is the real one. But I have an expanded version of it to where it has like movie titles, actual movie titles, and you're trying to write the plot of the movie and see if people will guess the plot. This sounds like one of those write-ups that you might submit in the game of Balderdash here. So Violent Night, Stranger Things actor David Harbour. So he's the cop. He's also the guy that played the Crimson
Hopper.
Yeah, in the Black Widow movie, yeah. But
and he will also be reprising that role in the Thunderbolts.
Yes, that's right. Very excited for that too. Next year that comes out, I think. Next year, anyhow,
something like that.
He plays the role of Santa Claus in Violent Night, where Jolly Saint Nick fights back and saves the day after a group of mercenaries attacks the estate of a wealthy family on Christmas Eve. What else do you want? You know what I'm saying? So John Leguizamo, Cam, I don't know this guy, Beverly D'Angelo are in this from the Christmas Vacation and Vacation movies. I'm there. I'm watching this movie. I don't care. It sounds like a lot of weird holiday fun. So, how about that?
All right. I like
Violent Night. Yeah.
Violent Night.
I like it.
Kind of reminds me, I was watching some sort of thing on cable. I think it was TNT or TBS. And whatever I was watching ended. So then you immediately see the whatever production thing for the next movie coming up. And you're waiting. And it's a Christmas theme. And the family's down there having Christmas dinner and snowing outside in the exterior. And then through the chimney, rustling. And here comes down Santa Claus. And then that's where they plop up the title. And it's Claus is spelled Claws. And it is professional wrestler Bill Goldberg as Santa Claus. And he kills the entire family. And then they start the movie.
There you go. Yep.
I didn't finish it. I didn't go any further down. I'm like, fuck no, thank you. And but yeah, that sounds like that to me.
Yeah, I'm sensing a holiday special. We'll talk about some of the crazy, maybe Christmas movies over like Silent Night, Deadly Night, stuff like that. But it's all on the same vein. Anything else, guys? You're looking forward to?
Okay. Real quick. I'm gonna rattle them off. Weird Al's coming on November 4th. I don't remember the what app that's on, but Weird
I just
Al
premiered a TIFF last weekend. Yeah,
it just on streaming. It's going to come to streaming.
But I can't remember which one.
YouTube TV. I think that's what it is.
Okay, sure. I know it's a kids movie. I'm not much for doing kids movies, but Pinocchio looks cool. It's playing now on Disney Plus.
Yeah, Robin watched it last night.
Yeah,
I'll give you a quick review of that, because I told Allie about that last Friday at the game, and she says, "Wait a minute, they're making a live-action Pinocchio." I said, "Yeah, with Tom Hanks," and she said, "That sounds completely unsettling and unnecessary." And she said, "Shame on Tom Hanks.
Shame on.
He does not need the money."
Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi plays the voice of Jiminy Cricket.
That's right. Yeah.
I was sharing your review on the show. If it ever comes up, I'm going to share your print. And I was able to do that. Thank you.
There we go.
Shame on Tom Hanks.
Allie is the only one wholesome enough to be able to say shame on Tom Hanks. She's the only person on the face of the earth that is lovely and wholesome enough to say shame on Tom Hanks. Yep. And I feel like, maybe shame on Tom Hanks, actually. Even though Tom Hanks himself is quite wholesome and lovely, but maybe shame on Tom Hanks.
Shame on Tom Hanks. He doesn't need the money. I can see it on the Variety magazine cover.
Critics rave. Shame on Tom Hanks.
The big pin-up billboard.
Yep, that's right.
Okay,
he doesn't need the money. Tom Hanks probably would love that. Anyway,
I got two more.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen the previews for See How They Run?
No.
I don't think so.
It is a very wacky period piece comedy. Adrian Brody, Sam Rockwell, Samir Ronan. A couple guys get accused of murder, so they go ahead and it's them just fumbling their way through, trying to clear their name. It's very Knives Out feel to it. It looks funny. It looks very strange and funny. So I'm looking forward to that. And then my final one. Not a lot of people know this, and it's not going to come to new to anybody, but I am looking forward to coming up soon.
Sleeping with Dudes.
The dates.
Oh.
Yes, and it's like an improv show here. Yes, and the Convincing Idiots 100 or year 2.
That's right.
Season 2 starting.
You're looking forward to that, Because Brian and I were kind of like, another season. There we go.
Boys and girls.
It'll be the start of season 3 is what it'll be.
Right, but yes, the start of season 3. Yes,
that's like mid-October, by the way, guys. That's around the 16th or so of October. That's coming up in about a month from now.
Yeah. Mm. So we will probably do a live episode naked. We'll iron out the details.
Sure.
And with it being Brian, he's old. There's going to be a lot of ironing because there's a lot of wrinkles.
That's right. That's right. There's going to be, with our shirts off, there's going to be a lot of wrinkles. There's going to be a lot of ink.
Nipples to knees.
Nipples. That's right. A lot of ink exposure. And speaking of ink exposure, gentlemen, I want you to go check out our sponsor, Golden Heart Tattoo, over in the Norton area. Call them at 234-706-2982. You can also check out their website, goldenhearttattoos.com. They're also out there on Facebook. So artist Scott Oswald and his partners done some great work on us. So, matter of fact, again, you can see more of this work if you tune into our 2-year anniversary, what will be completely nude, as Dean has mentioned here. And we're not sure what you're going to see, but at least you'll see
you can even turn it on and look at us, and you still don't know what you're looking at.
That's right. That is right. One thing I forgot to you guys. I forgot a Star Wars property that's coming out here very soon. Andor.
Oh yeah.
Andor's coming to
I didn't
Disney
forget.
Plus.
I just didn't write it down.
Yeah, September 21st.
You didn't write anything down.
I'm interested. I did like Rogue One of all the different. Yeah, it's just an interesting storyline. The characters were great. I'm interested in this. I'm gonna check this out. So
there's another one coming out too. It's a cartoon, but it's a bunch of short stories about different characters. The one they're promoting it's a backstory to Count Dooku.
Okay, I like that.
So I can't something about the Jedi or something in the Force. I don't know, but it's a cartoon coming out that it's going to be again Disney Plus. That it's just a bunch of short stories about different characters.
We've mentioned this before too, coming to Netflix. I don't know the exact date here just yet, but Wednesday. So it's a story about Wednesday Addams. So,
didn't you just tell us when it was? This guy didn't even know how to fucking write a promo.
No, but Wednesday Addams goes to like a modern private school, and she's looking for. He doesn't fit in anywhere. She's a weird, creepy girl, obviously, and then they put her in some type of special academy with other kind of weird kids and stuff like that. But looks like a lot of fun. Catherine Zeta-Jones plays Morticia, and Luis Guzman plays
I love
Gomez.
that guy.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be. I'm interested in this here. It comes out fairly soon on Netflix here. So cool. A lot of stuff. Anything else you guys want to mention? There's probably tons more.
There's a shit ton more, but we don't have the time to cover it.
Yeah, I'll just say, just to shout out a couple things that I'm looking forward to. They're not new by any stretch, but Saturday Night Live is going to have a big turnover this year with a lot of the cast that left, and I watch it every year. So I'm excited to see the new people that come in and all that good stuff. So,
have you guys heard the rumor that it might be moving to Peacock?
Okay, so that makes sense because Lane's been watching a lot of SNL, and he was like, "Dad, it says that like all these episodes expire on Monday. So like coming this Monday, they're not like all of the past every SNL season's not going to be on there." So I assume that means that's what's happening.
Well, they do this season coming up, but it would be the next season. Again, just the rumor. I don't know how true it is.
All the past seasons that are on Hulu right now are not going to be there after Monday. So I'm assuming that's
they're moving strictly to Peacock. Yep,
I would imagine. Yeah. So that would kind of shed some light on that.
That would be dumb.
Yeah.
If they put the new episodes on Peacock only.
Because then I have to get it. I will have to. I'll just cancel something else and be like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
or you just do hand stuff, or you do hand stuff to me and get my login information.
There you go. Oh, you have Peacock?
Yeah.
All right, cool, good. We're good.
It's also part of the WWE network.
I'll hook you up, Brian. That's fine.
No,
I'll give it to Dean. I'll give it to you.
He has to do his own hand stuff.
Well, and you get Dean to give you a password. Like I said, you can do hand stuff. You could do, maybe give him a bottle of booze, something like that.
Sure.
You can, and you may take that booze perhaps from your very own floating liquor cabinet, created by our final sponsor of the show, Bellmark Amazon Stores, BELLEMARK. Check them out. They specialize in fine wood products for your enjoyment. So again, they floating liquor cabinet, as I said before. I have one downstairs I've mentioned previously. It looks great. Floating nightstands and beautiful looking countertop compost bins for your kitchen counter. 2 sizes. Everything's delivered quickly, conveniently, and affordably right through the Amazon delivery service. Go check them out on the Amazon stores.
Nice.
There you go. Yep. Well, guys.
Wonderful.
That's right. We're looking forward to a lot of stuff, and I'm sure our listeners might be looking forward to the end of another episode of Convincing Idiots. So, Nick.
Yes.
I don't know if you got what you guys want to do from a outro, if you want to do something. And then, Dean, you have a suggestion, sir, please.
I do.
All right ahead.
What is your suggestion?
Well, since this is the preview show, maybe you do it like a voiceover movie guy doing
Okay.
Yeah. Coming soon, or that type deal, or however you envision.
Absolutely, sure. All right.
By all means.
Coming this fall to a podcast platform near you. Season 3 of Convincing Idiots. If you haven't been caught up on all the action of the past 2 seasons, fear not. You can simply find all of that information over on Convincing Idiots' very own Linktree. That's right. You, today, with the power of your computer, can Google Convincing Idiots WordPress. And there you will find all of the information that I have to stop and think about. You can also find that information on their very own website. Just be sure to head on over to convincingidiots.wordpress.com today to get your hands on the newest episode of Convincing Idiots. So, for this week's episode, I am a millennial named Nick.
And this is the Zennial Dean.
And I am the Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you that Convincing Idiots will continue on their reign of terror over Podland, or will they crash and burn? Find out this fall.
Did you just see that shit? If you liked what you saw, like and subscribe. Come back. You're going to want to.
Ham grape.
4, 3.
Coming up this week on Convincing Idiots, you have, as always, Idiots Review. We talk about the Emmys. You want to hear about the Emmys? Did you not watch it? We will let you know the winners and losers from these losers. Nick, do we have a fall preview?
We do.
Thank you. Nick is in. If you want to hear the voice of the fall preview, stay tuned. Monday morning, this starts the week just right, the perfect way. So, ladies and gentlemen, join with us to fucking Convincing Idiots. All right, that was a don't close. No, I hated it halfway through. I knew that was
sorry. I didn't.
This feather's been poking my fucking back all night.
Why are you growing feathers? Wow. This week on Convincing Idiots, Dean is turning into a fucking chicken. And we don't know why.
Furry tummies and chicken feathers.
Furry tummies and chicken feathers.
I think we just have the name of the episode, gentlemen. Furry tummies and chicken feathers.